Hey everyone, Josh here with Fresh Start Customs, and today we are back once again with the F1 Ultra from xTool. This is one heck of a machine. If you don't know what this is basically a 20-watt diode laser mixed with a 20-watt fiber laser all in one, which means it'll basically engrave anything that you want to engrave, except for those materials like certain plastics that are hazardous in machines. You can go ahead and do a Google search for those types of materials. But pretty much every other type of material, including some plastics that aren't toxic, will work in this machine. So paper, leather, acrylic, all metals with the fiber laser there, pretty much anything you can think of, this machine will eat for breakfast here. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be focusing on this machine's feature of engraving curved objects. I know you would think that this wouldn't engrave curved objects, but there is actually a cool process in the software that I'm going to show you here in just a little bit on how it can actually read a curved object and then change its engraving path to engrave around that curved object. Now you can only do it in a certain distance, but it is possible, and it is a great, amazing feature that I'm going to be highlighting throughout this whole video here. We have 5 different types of items that I'm going to attempt to engrave on. Not sure how well it's going to work because we only have limited items on certain things, and then we have an overabundance of items on other things. I will have to use some sacrificial pieces to find the test settings, as none of these are preset settings in the software. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera, find the settings that work best. Then I'm going to show you one live in software settings here on how to set up the actual curved surfaces of this program here. So I'm going to show you guys with this Christmas ornaments how I can actually read that curvature, and then I'll show you a live engraving of the ornament itself. And then we're going to do a rapid fire of this little race car here that you can put together afterwards. We have a flashlight, we have the paper box here that we're going to put our ornament in at the end. And then we also have wooden spoons from Hobby Lobby here. Pretty much most of this stuff is under $5. You can get it from Walmart, Dollar Tree, Hobby Lobby. I wanted to keep it cheap. The only thing that was a little bit more expensive was the ornaments, because they are glass ornaments. You will need glass ornaments for this. Don't do the plastic ones. Those are the types of plastic I was talking about that can be hazardous for your machine. So make sure they are glass ornaments. So with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into the software. I'm going to show you the software for these ornaments, and then we're going to show you an engraving, and then we're going to do a rapid fire of all of these other ones that I do off screen in recording close up for you here. So other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something about the curved feature with the F1 Ultra. If you guys are interested in getting an F1 Ultra, use the link down below and our code for up to $80 off. But enough talking from me. Let's go ahead and jump into this, and we'll show you all the features of this curved engraving here. All right, you guys. So as you can see, we are now in the xTool software for the F1 Ultra. I have the ornament all set up, and I have it set up like this, taped to the top of that lid that we're going to be engraving later. The reason why I did this is just so it is the right orientation for that ornament, and it doesn't topple over from the weight of the top of it here. You can do this with a jig or a bucket of rice as well if you don't have a jig, but you can get some free jigs online. Now with that said, I'm using just the words Merry Christmas. I use this text font from the text tool over here on the left, but you can click on an image and upload your own images of any kind that you want for this. Once you have that uploaded, you'll click on your image or font and then choose a setting here. I'm using an engrave setting of the blue light at 60 power, 1800 speed, and 300 lines per centimeter here. So in order to get the actual image here, we don't really need the image, but I always like to get that right off the bat just so I can get an idea of where it might land. And then you can click on refresh background to get that image here. You also want to hit autofocus when the laser dot is on your ornament itself to autofocus the height. And once you have that ready, you have your settings typed in, we can come up here where it says process on flat surface, and we're going to change that to curved material here. Once you have curved material selected, you'll see that the image has disappeared. We are no longer relying on that image here. We're going to be relying on framing. And when we go to do framing, it is going to show you on the ornament itself, which I'm going to show you in just a second. But to start that, you're going to click on Curve Measure here. So now that we clicked on Curve Measure, we need to measure out the area that we're going to engrave. This is a pretty small ornament, so I'm going to change these settings here. I'm going to change this all the way down to 25 and make sure it's not locked here. And then I'm going to change it to 20 here. And then we're going to hit Framing. I'm going to show you what this looks like. So as you can see it framing there, it's going to frame and engrave right on that area of the ornament there. So I'm going to hit Stop Framing. And then we're going to hit Next. And then you can choose how many columns or grids you want it to scan. We're going to just do the default 3x3. And I'm going to click Start Measuring here. On the ornament itself, you'll notice that it's starting to measure all of those different points along the surface of the material. So it's going to try to detect that curvature here. All right, there you guys have it. It has detected that curvature of that surface, and this is what it came up with, is this curve right here. You can actually change the smoothness, the tension. You can do all of that. I'm going to leave it the same. If you wanted to create more of a grid to get less of a curvature like that, like less of a slope, you can do that. So like I said in the previous step, if you would have 3 more points here and 3 more points here, it would show you more of a round surface there. But overall, I'm going to just use the basic auto settings here and hit Done. And now that we have that done, we can actually now move our Merry Christmas sign, and we're going to shrink this down to about this size right here, and we're going to put it right inside that box here. So I'm going to get it as big as I think I can get it here. I'm going to see if I can zoom in a little bit so we can get a better look at this. There you go. Now that I got it zoomed in, we can make it a little bit bigger. We're going to make it edge to edge here as much as we can go and see how this turns out. And obviously I made the height a little bit too big, so we're going to just go in the center and we're going to call that a day there. And what we can do is we can actually go ahead and process this now. We can go ahead and click Go to Process, and then it's going to process that image, and it is ready to start. So we're going to click on Start here. You hear the machine beep there, and then all we need to do is push the start button on the unit itself, and then we're going to see what this does. Before I hit start, you want to lower your shield. So make sure you lower that shield like that. And then I'm going to turn on the air assist, and we're going to hit start here. All right, you guys, so as you can see, we are now done. It has finished, and that actually turned out really well here. I'll show you a close-up in just a second. Now that we got the air assist off and the software is done, you can just click OK for the processing, and you are all done with the curvature here. And there you guys go. There is the first engraving that we did. I know I did it kind of small, but I wanted to go really fast here for you guys. We're going to be doing some rapid fire engravings of different curved surfaces, but hopefully this gave you a real quick look at what you're able to do with curved engravings here. Now what you can actually do is you can pour paint into this, and you can paint the inside of this like white or black or whatever color you want to shine through. So that's another thing that you can do with these Christmas ornaments. But overall, I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Let's go ahead and get into all these other designs that we're going to be engraving on a curved surface. All right, guys, so there you have it. That is the F1 Ultra from xTool. I think this new feature for the curved engraving is amazing. As you can see, we did all 5 of these objects that we said without fail on our first shot, and we were just testing settings out along the way too. Not one failure that happened. The only thing that I would maybe change is this little box here. I'd maybe reduce the power a little bit for the face of Santa here. But overall, he still looks great. And then we got Merry Christmas on the front here. And then even on the inside lid of this, there's not many machines that would be able to do this. I wrote Merry Christmas from the Weddings. That looks flawless in there. Looks really professional in my opinion. I'm going to definitely use this box for a Christmas gift. And then in the box, we have that little ornament that I showed you at the very beginning, but I did a real tiny engraving just so it would engrave super fast live for you guys. So you can see that live. I'm probably going to make a bigger ornament. I may even just do a larger print on the back of an actual image and then give this away at Christmas as well, just as an extra gift. We have the little wooden spoon here. I just wrote spoon on it because I didn't know what to put on there for you guys. These are just little wooden spoons to test this this program out, or this feature out. We also have the little $2 flashlight from Walmart. This worked out really great. It's the size of a pen. It works really well. And for $2, this could be a business card. Just put your name on there, your phone number, hand these out so somebody has something to use and they don't throw it away like a business card. And last but not least, I fully assembled that wooden block that we engraved FSC on for Fresh Start Customs. You were probably wondering what that was, but I did mention it at the beginning of the video. It's this little race car puzzle piece here. I went ahead and assembled that. This was only $1.25 from Dollar Tree. So for $1.25, this is one heck of a cool little present or gift for your kids, or you can make and sell these if you wanted to. But overall, this is a cool little gift here. And if you guys have any questions about the curved feature, let me know. As you can tell, I've got plenty of leftover ornaments and spoons that I can engrave on. And you can do anything with this machine. This machine is a really cool machine. The only limitation that I know of from the F1 Ultra is the size of the bed. This thing has blown me away. If you guys are interested in getting one for yourself, I really recommend you using our referral link. It'll help us get more machines in the future to be able to test and show you guys. It'll also help the channel out, and I'd appreciate it. But if you guys have any questions about that feature that we covered today, let me know down in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer them for you, and I hope you guys have a great day.